Jumping the gun. Jumping the gun. All right, so we're just recording. Oh Lord!
Might be kind of important.
Hey, look, I remembered this time. Not like the first time we streamed.
Remember, we got like, what was it, a half hour in? Longer?
It was about an hour.
We were almost done the session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much I have to like pull from memory.
I don't know. I blocked it out.
That face. That face.
What face?
Mine. It's okay. It's okay. Because retcons happen every once in a while.
It wouldn't be a comic if it wasn't.
Saturday morning cartoons have their changes. This would be over here. So about ready?
Mm-hmm. The recording's going.
Oh. Welcome to another exciting episode of Masternauts, starring our wonderful heroes, Wilda, the water being,
Hello.
Jace, the technomancer,
Hi.
Spencer, the super cat,
Wilda let me have a jar of Nutella, so nothing is safe this session.
Transient, the matter manipulator,
Puddle, you need to not give him caffeine. For the love of God.
Well, I
Dahlia.
tried to.
Dahlia, the living dead girl,
Hey, can I tell it for just a second?
and Red Wish, the fearsome fate weaver. It's still currently out at the moment, so I will be holding onto the reins until he comes back. Where we last left off, a close but quick confrontation ends on the rooftop with Spencer, Dahlia, and Jace pacifying Dog Goner into the afterlife. And among the outskirts of the district, Transient, Red Wish, and Puddles give Des enough time to make a daring escape under a group of men in black. Now they're in the MIB's crosshairs as the slug dogs all dissolve into nothingness. Can our heroes find a way out and make it back to their family before the school shopping is over, or will they be caught and delayed even more? Find out soon. We're turning back over towards the top of the round later. Jace, you have witnessed the dissolution of Dog Goner as he was once on the top of the roof of a nearby building that he got beat up into, but now has dissolved into vaporous gas and nothing. Not even a skeleton. You see Spencer standing over the area as you look over and see Dahlia making her way over towards where Puddle, Transient, and Red Wish are at after seeing a vehicle that you swear could be Des's bust off into the distance and try to fade under the cover of buildings. What do you want to do?
How far away are the other three from where myself, Spencer, and Dahlia are?
210 feet.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I can only cover 120 feet, but will that put me in visual range of them?
Yes.
That I will use my Electro Flight to cover 120 feet.
Going straight towards them. Put you at about 90 feet away from them. And what will you have with Rockin' Prime?
Rockin' Prime will start to follow.
Rockin' Prime will follow with his speed of...
Pretty sure it's also 120 feet.
Only question for you. Is he going through buildings?
He is not going through buildings.
So he will be taking a sweet time.
With a single bound.
Where is the speed in this? It's fine. So he'll be close behind you, just on the ground. As you do get close to your friends, you do see a few sets of vehicles all scattered about around them, with men in black emerging out for them. One particular vehicle is currently entrapped by bulletproof glass, though they were trying to make their way out the windshield, only to be stopped by Red Wish, who is politely asking them to stay inside. Along with that, you do see a bound and gagged men in black with kitten-like paws on his hands as he's stuck in place, close by where Transient and Puddles are at. Not too far from them are a couple more men in black, armed, getting ready to pull out 9mm. 9mm. Maybe one with a Magnum revolver.
Oh crap! Didn't I pull a gun on them last time?
Yes, you did.
Okay, that's gonna go great.
I can see all this happening, yes?
That's what you're perceiving. Yes, my good sir. You and your
If there are obviously armed men in black, and there are lots of vehicles around, I do believe it is time for the stringent slam. Okay, I'd like to seize control of a vehicle with technopathy and slam it into some dudes.
All right, give me a vehicle. Give me a vehicle check.
Give me just a second to get out of the voice chat so I can do that because Discord's a pain.
If I'm seeing this right, your vehicle's a +7. Not to say that your technology isn't a good replication, but that's in hacking it. Now you got to move it.
Actually, wait, let me double check that. Is it +7? I thought my like treatment or something was a +7.
Your treatment is showing a +17 from what I'm looking at. Unless I'm clicking on the wrong guy.
I mean,
Not that
The one
shit.
with +17.
Yeah, +17 to technology, +17 to treatment, +7 to vehicles.
okay.
I mean, your perception and investigation are still +17, along with your logistics and insight. So, I believe that's you.
13.
Which one were you aiming to hit first?
The ones with guns.
All right, as you get them to go that far, you do a
With other
toughness check on the
drivers
first
by
one.
pretending to have a question so they roll.
That is a failure because the 13 did hit that first guy.
You're looking for damage. Vehicle.
Would be what, 20? Because that I'm looking at least a want to say minus. That's a failure of the third degree. Third degree failure. But yeah, why is it so hard to conversate?
Having a hard time, dude.
It's probably not going very fast. So yeah, 20 would probably be about right.
So yeah, third degree damage. Let me double check. We'll say this one might be 2 that you hit. Who's looking pretty healthy. Up until they got hit. Now they have a -1 to their bruise.
They'd be at that'd be a second degree failure.
So it's -1 plus staggered.
Dazed.
Dazed. All right, so they are bruised and dazed at the current moment. Nice hit. As we move along, I need to make another roll for the next person. As I doubt they're going to be standing still, or I doubt the vehicle is just going to stop as you're barreling it through multiple people, right?
Oh,
So
hell
hold
no.
on.
It's going.
Oh.
With each progression as it's going, that increases or decreases the difficulty.
It'll increase in speed, so it'll increase the DC.
All right, so this one is the one that's still hurt. Ooh, that's another 3rd degree.
First one was 2nd degree.
No, sorry, this one's 11, so 2nd degree as well.
Be just approaching 3rd degree. So,
Not quite there though.
-1 and days. That's fine. They barely scrape by with that one. Incoming MIB 1 with with a heavy penalty because one of them can't even move. Both the men who are the man that was currently bound in your gimp suit, Improvata, and the nearby partner that was trying to go over to help, both get hit by the ongoing vehicle as Matt swerves into them and continues going over towards the outskirts of the sector, heading towards the mine of the town. So, was there anything else you wanted to do as you bruise and daze two of the groups, and outright knock the third one out?
I think that's all I can do at the moment. I'm quite
Alright,
happy with the efficiency of that turn at the very least.
As everyone gets a short glimpse of a vehicle going mad crazy, hitting a few of the MIB, and then swerving off path.
Somewhere Stringent comedically has a flashback.
Moving on to the next person, Spencer. You're still currently sitting on the rooftop of the building where you just watched Dog Gunner dissolve. And after witnessing what you had witnessed near the end of that previous session, you do hear commotion still going on, including a series of people being hit by what sound like screeching tires. Yes, once more you do hear, so let me edit that.
Oh, okay. His deafness is gone.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, gee, it sure is great not to hear anything. However, I will go ahead and turn into my protector form. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and get an aerial view of what's going on. So once again, my wings pop out and I fly, I'll say a good 1,000 feet in the air.
Just remember
It's a
you
direct
are
stop.
exhausted as well, so.
Yep.
You're flying thousands of feet back up into the air at your speed. Doesn't seem any problems.
So once that happens, I think it can only move or action, right? Or am I wrong?
Exhausted, dazed, and hindered. Right? Impaired and hindered.
Which means you still have you have your full range of actions. You just used your move, so you can still act.
Cool. Well, I've still got my other powers to use. Let's see here. I know what to do. This will definitely help the group and not at all hinder them.
Oh boy. Oh, is it
So-
so
No, it doesn't sound good at all. Oh gosh, poor Stringent.
Only end well.
Old man dwell. Ah. So I take it you are dive bomb.
Well, I got my movement, don't I?
Tell me no. Yeah.
I'm gonna stay where I am. And I got my other power that I can use. And what I'm gonna do is, do I see what's going on with the others?
You're thousands of feet in the air, higher than where Jace is at. I'm gonna need you to make me a perception check.
That's what I was waiting for.
Add a -2.
Ooh, Echo.
Prepare to reduce their semi-check by 2.
+1. That's an 18, DM.
Just 2 points short from being able to see them. You do see a majority of commotion, but everything sort of looks like ants from your perspective,
Huh.
as your senses are being slowly overtaken by the glistening of by the blowing of the air, the soft rustle of the cloud. That's while Cirrus is still nice and soft, passing through you. A little wet, a little damp, but overall, still a beautiful day.
DM,
sun is
you
shining.
described 2 things that Spencer hates the most in the world. Congratulations. Oh no, this cloud. It's not made of cotton, it's made of water. This was a lie. I believe this would necessitate him flying even higher to avoid the water.
As he flies higher, getting further away, almost breaking towards the initial stratosphere, right?
Close to it. However, because he has touched water and the clouds were not soft like he dreamed about and how they looked on TV, he's very upset. But only upset enough to go another 1,000 feet in the air.
As a cat being spritzed with water, running away from people. Yeah, I see how it is.
His
Take it,
speed
Benny.
in flight is 2,000 miles an hour.
Just wanted to.
Okay. Let's see here.
It can only go up to 1,000 right now. Wait, you said 2,000 miles per hour?
Per hour. So am I good for that, or?
I see. So that would make you what, 150 in the air then?
Why is that?
I'm trying because you said 1,000 miles per hour, or right?
2,000 miles per hour, or 4 miles per round.
Yeah, you can go up to about 1.6 right now.
That's fine. So 2,000 feet in the air is roughly I wanna say
Just under 2/5 of a mile.
yeah. So
All right. Keeping track.
yeah. So I'm staying up there. I'm going to go ahead and use my weather control to keep any clouds away from me. That was a lie, and I feel cheated. They lied to me on those pillow commercials.
It is not soft as cloud. It is wet as cloud.
It is wet as cloud, and I want my money back. Wait, no. Well, his dad bought it. I want his money back. That's my turn.
As everyone witnesses that the sun seems to be shining a bit more, despite the fact that it was getting close to 1 o'clock, and there was previously a stormy day, now gone. We shall shimmy over towards Transient, as you just watch a vehicle mad dash and hit 2 guys a series of guys, including the guys, one guy that you had bound up and his partner that was coming up with the other side.
That'll.
So
So
where are the how many MIB are close together? Like within 5 feet of each other?
There's a group of MIB about 20 feet from where you guys are at. That's 5 feet close to each other. The next MIB unit is staggered about 60 feet from where you're at, but they've got 10 feet between each other.
Okay, the 5-foot group, how many are in that one?
Only 2.
Only 2. And we still got the 2 guys in the car?
Yes, but they're being pinned down by Red Wish at the moment.
I'm still right next to that car, aren't I?
No, you passed by that to get over to where Puddle was before Jess's vehicle bounced out.
Okay. So let's pull a tried and true this.
Oh no. Oh no. So we're done with it.
The concrete maiden.
I'm going to extra effort my power for this. So I'm now moving up to 800 pounds worth of material to make that Faraday cage around them. And I'm only going to make it a, let's make it a 10 by 10. So let me do my roll. Yeah, that's a 20. That is more than enough. And do I want to... Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend the Benny to remove the exhaustion that comes from extra effort.
Alright.
So we now have 2 MIB stuck in a Faraday cage.
The sounds of screams and terror would have been there had they not been encaged inside a Faraday cage. As everyone in the group sees, for some, a familiar visage, for others, a perplexing thing. A Faraday cage in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, this thing is a solid 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot.
Gentlemen were close by the vehicle that was used for part of the Faraday cage.
I will then... Does that last? Is it only for 1? Until the start of my next turn. Hey, you know those 2 guys in the vehicle?
The one where Red Wish is sitting on?
Yep. Are they, how far away are they from me?
About 40 feet.
I can still get them in it. Let's Faraday cage part 2.
We do that again now?
Yep. I haven't moved. And this is a move action for me to pull. That's an 18. That's also within expectations.
Oh, good.
So the only one not trapped in that is Red Wish right now.
I'll have to explain to Red Wish how he was standing on a vehicle, glaring at, no, not glaring, but passively looking at a few kind gentlemen in well-made suits. Well, to be finding himself now staring at a wall with a Faraday cage from the outside.
That will be my turn.
Oh, lordy. Dahlia, from your perspective, after being shot at, you do see that a couple of men have been put down, at least somewhat, by a rogue vehicle. You did not see the driver. You did see Transient also brought back an old, a bit of a classic from when you were first getting Jace out. Faraday cages again. One over at round. Sorry, go ahead.
I said classic.
Classic Faraday cages. You're still
Alright.
armed to the. You're still armed, and you do see at least 4 more men in black still in view. While coming upon where Transient and Puddles was at, you're about 35 feet away from them. You were originally on a roof, but you did shadow move in order to get down here, and this is the furthest you were able to get to. What do you want to do?
She's still got the gun pointed at him and says, "Look, we're just trying to help. So maybe get off our nuts and let us do our job. Let us help people. Just back off." And do they
I-
seem receptive at all?
I'm gonna need a. I'm gonna need a persuasion check from you. And I will say, given your current fear form that's still raging, you didn't stop it. I'm
It is
gonna say that has
fading.
made a -2 to your natural.
It is fading. It has the fade ability. But
Ah,
yeah, it's
okay.
probably still a penalty. At least a -1 at the very least.
We'll agree and say -1. Your persuasion's at a +2 last I checked.
Yes. So it's a +1. Not great,
Yep.
but we'll see. $12.
You get a couple of looks from the men in black as one of them goes, "She's not only superpowered, she's Texan! Get her!"
How did they know? She says, "Okay, well, I tried. Bye." And she's going to try to kneecap them. So let me see. It's my shooting thing minus how there's 4 targets.
4 targets still available. Yes.
All right. She is going to try to shoot those. So how this works is I have a +11, but I've got multi-attack. So I do a -4 + 11, which gives me a +7 for each shot, right?
Let me double check that because I want to say yes. Modifiers. Show me that beautiful multi-attack.
You know, I would have helped more, but I got beat up for the first time.
Spencer is shooketh.
No, I'm just a cat that needs to
Yep,
forget
minus-
about it for 5 minutes.
It's a -4 to each attack.
All right, so it's a +7. 1. Oh,
Oh my
I
god.
don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all. If the next is a
I-
natural 20, I swear.
that
Hold
is not a natural 20. That's a natural 19.
I
And
know.
I went
I'm
for
just-
the kneecap.
All right, so you're aiming at multiple targets or a single target?
She is aiming multiple targets. That's 4 targets. So her natural shooting is already hampered by -4.
So it's one attack check per target in the arc. Suffer a penalty to each attack equal to the total number of targets. So yeah,
3 more rolls just like that.
Okay,
just double checking on that.
another
That's a
20.
hit.
That
Oh,
one didn't hit.
That's a miss.
that's
Someone was wising up behind the vehicle.
one of them was wising up, but the other two.
Not fast enough. You got hit. So that's 3 of them got hit. 3 of them will need to make toughness checks.
Yep.
Just
DC is
20.
20 for the assault rifle.
Each of them will only be getting a +1, given that their original hurt was.
Wow.
One failed barely, one super duper failed, and oh
Yeah,
no, one of them
right.
beats
That is
it.
3 degrees
One
of
of them
failure on the second one.
succeeded, and one of them definitely failed.
Yeah, the second one is at a 3rd degree of failure. Almost a 4th degree of failure. Almost.
All right, that second one was part of MB. Men in Black 2. We already had a -1. That's why I was doing -1s for all of them.
It'll be staggered.
So that one has staggered, and we'll have to bump that to a second bruise.
And he said, "I said back off."
The other actually takes a collection of 2 bruises, but still managed to not suffer anything else beyond the days.
First and third took nothing at all.
Oh, first and third took nothing. All right, so they're well prepared after being pegged in the leg. Let me change that then.
I like to imagine that she shot them and it went through their pant leg, like right between and by their knee.
Just right by the knees. Just
Second one's
Like
a little
it went through one side of the pant leg and out the other, like right at the seam.
so after telling them, you warned them, and start blasting. You saw one manage to get behind a vehicle, but you managed to what you think nick 3. You definitely heard one go down and go, "Oh gosh, she is Dix!"
Long as like, I'm from Arizona. Just because my dad's Texan doesn't mean I'm gonna. It's not like it's hereditary, you weirdo. Wait, shit.
All right. Anything else, Dahlia?
Nope.
Oh, or moving on over to Red Wish, who was currently on a vehicle, only to find it now turned into a Faraday cage. These special effects are amazing. I know there was a vehicle right here. I better go check on the friends, see how they're doing. As he starts sauntering over and then glaring at the 2 men who are within his view sight. Don't you know there's innocent people around? Shooting's going to get you killed. It's a bad idea.
We wouldn't want people to get hurt, would we?
Thank you for the backup there. Seriously.
I was doing my
So from
best
there-
Red Wish impression.
We'll check in Red Wish. Make that an intimidation. Versus Kurt Will. The bruises only affect the toughness, right? Not
They
their.
affect any defense.
Okay, so that would also include Will.
We'll need to-
One is backing off. The other one seems to be more encouraged to step forward.
So each bruised condition improves as a -1 circumstance penalty on further resistance checks to avoid damage, specifically damage.
All right. So by the way, that's still The first one losing by a single degree. The other one aces it. So as he steps forward, only one of them seems to start stepping back out of the two that are still in view. The two that managed to only have their kneecaps nicked at, but not shot through. Completing his case, he gets close over towards Huddles and Transient. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we're about to. But they seem to be picking up their stage hands quite well. I'm not. I'm hoping that you all will remain safe. Things do seem to be a bit more livelier than I was expecting. Cause that double checking powers.
You're not putting enough of a creepy inflection on that.
Yeah, you gotta really sell it. Think car salesman, but he really, really wants to be your friend.
Car salesman, but he is planning to murder you later.
You're a salesman, but he knows where you live.
I wouldn't want you to go home without a deal now, would I?
I'm about to make you the best offer you've heard in your life.
I'm going to make you a deal you can't refuse.
Yeah.
They seem to be less willing to strike an innocent person. It's hard to see that in all this debris. You guys may want to lay low.
Now you're talking.
With that, he is readying his aid ability with teamwork for a chance for you guys to either stealth or make your escape and make it harder for them to hit you guys. I want to say that's what he would do.
All right, we're going. Dahlia's gonna grab Red Wish or teleport to Red Wish, grab him, and like try to drag him away.
That'll be on your turn. It is currently shifting over to Puddle's turn. Puddles,
Hi.
once more, you did witness a series of events, vehicle hitting some of the guys who were trying to capture you and your brother making his mad dash out. Transient bringing back Faraday cages. You know you heard something fluttering about, but when you last looked up, Jace is now hovering not too far from where you guys are at. You also have Red Witch now coming up over to your other side and giving you that creepy warning. But he looks like he's going to try to either draw attention to him or make a little bit of illusion. Hard to say. He's given that sideways smile that almost seems like he's going to bite at you.
Okay, how do we want to get away?
Are you requesting to do a insight check to see, for the best route out?
Oh, that'd be fun.
If you're looking for a way out, then you're wanting perception. Insight's more to tell where
Investigation?
Investigation would also be a good one.
It'd either be investigation or perception. My apologies.
Hold on. We're gonna do a perception.
Yes, for a perception.
Well, I mean, investigation's a +3, perception's a +6.
Yeah, perception sounds good.
Yeah.
Errol.
$17.
You do know there is a manhole outlet not too far from where you're at if you plan on going underneath. Just about a yard away from where the broken fire hydrant is, that's still spreading water out.
Okay. They can probably lose us in the sewers.
Are you telling that to Transient and
Mhm.
Redbush?
Yeah. And I'll start making my way towards where I know where the sewer grate is.
All right. Are you trying to do that stealthily, or are you just trying to make quick motion?
I go to slithering mode. And
Alright,
I
and-
will move my way that way.
I'll meet you back at the supermarket.
All right.
How are you gonna
You-
leave?
I'll war-
Some things my parents taught me.
Okay. Oh boy.
You hear Red Wish close to you give you a whispering, "Good luck. We'll catch up here soon."
Okay.
Good luck. We'll catch up real soon.
I wouldn't want to miss you later.
Ugh.
You see him once once you start slithering over your way over to the manhole. He shoots up, drawing the attention from the other guys. You do have +5 to your stealth attempt.
Okay.
I have the best joke for this that Redbush would absolutely make.
What?
He'd probably say something like, "Hold on, let's pretend that we're Microsoft and crash at your place later."
Boo!
And Red Wish would never say that.
Yeah, that's.
He's
he
too
talks-
suave for that.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to just copy. Let me just copy the D20. Thank you. There you go. Ooh, I needed that. Ooh, I needed that.
Wow. All right, so that would be the DC for them to check once they try to look for you.
Mm-hmm. And I'll
Anything
double
else you were doing?
move.
All right, so with your movement, you're able to reach the manhole.
Is there
I
a
take it
grate
you were going to-
nearby?
Yes, just off the sidewalk edge.
Yeah, I'll go through the grate. I don't need to lift up the manhole if I can just fit through the grate, which I can fit through openings up to 1 inch thick. So
enough.
I'm now in the sewer system. Bye, guys.
And she is out of combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to shorten you down the P just to still make a mark that you're there.
Okay.
All right, moving on to MIB 2. After seeing MIB 1's completely knocked out after being ran over, some worry about the state of their health. They rushed over to attempt to apprehend the remainder of you guys, which seems to be in their first eyes, Redwish. Now that he stands up and making a grand theatrics of himself.
Are those the ones that I caught in a Faraday cage?
No. That
So I caught 2 groups in Faraday cage.
each man is 2. So there's only the one vehicle group of MIB 2 currently.
Are those the ones I shot at?
Yes.
So with them getting up after being shot at, one of them will haphazardly rushes over towards the towards Red Wish, but that's all he can do, being staggered. The other one is barely keeping his wit as he stands up and attempts to lay up some covering fire. Which will move this over towards MB3, who were just recently imprisoned in a Faraday cage. So they're out. I would say we move on to Des, but Des has already managed to book it from the area, meaning he's also out. So back at the top of the round, Jace, you do see Dahlia, not Dahlia. You do see Wilda make her way into the sewer system. From your high intelligence, you can tell this is probably the time to get the heck out of here and probably head back to the super center, shopping center.
Understood. But before I go, there's something I'd like to do. Now, I know I can only drive one car at a time with my technopathy, but can I hack all of them at one time? Because I have an idea that would require that. It's not necessarily, it's not damaging, but it is very offensive, I think.
And do you got multi-target on it?
I don't know if that's an option I have for my technopathic skill. But what I would like to do is I would like to just set all of the car radios on the same station at maximum volume.
Is that all you're doing?
That and then leave is my plan. Just make an absolutely cacophonous amount of noise. I'm trying to consider in Arizona in the 2000s, what would be the most obnoxious possible radio station I could choose for this?
Just imagine
Any rock station. Well, new rock station because Slipknot's still going.
This is 101 the
Grammy
Pop
station.
Rocks.
Where we play rock, and more rock.
See, my original idea had been like, oh man, I could just turn all of these onto that one bastard station that's always playing Christmas music. But it's like, it's summertime. No one's playing Christmas music in the 2000s. It's
You
summer.
don't know that.
Where did I have? I was just writing in it. Don't ask me how.
The point is, my choice of action is to be as annoying as hell and then leave. Regroup with Rockin' Prime and then have him activate Chameleon Cloak so I can just disappear like the Predator.
I will have to ask, since you're doing multiple, give me your technology roll.
You got it. D20 plus 17. 33! How annoying is it, DM?
Welcome to your T11.5 FM.
You do manage to start getting a majority of them out of the 6 that you're seeing. Only one hits the radio station that you're doing and that you're wanting. The others either don't turn on or were never outright equipped with a radio.
Fair.
But the one that does work, it just plays nonstop Vangabus.
This is your 101 The Pop Rocks, here to give you the greatest in tunes. As everyone starts immediately hearing Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages, just Electric Avenue. Just
For the ones that apparently didn't get to the right station but did turn on, did they at least get maximum volume?
Yes.
It's just
Okay.
loud radio static.
Lots of loud radio noises from many different vehicles. It's fine.
Unfortunately, you can't hear it because it's currently behind a Faraday cage.
Oh, those poor bastards.
Those poor bastards, they're just listening to nothing but the NOP.5.
At
They
max
can't even
volume
hear
in an enclosed space.
You have to remember, it's a Faraday cage, so they're not even getting radio transmissions at this point.
Yeah.
That's right. They're not getting radio transmissions, but they absolutely are going, what is happening to this car?
Why are we listening to this? Did you not turn it up? I did, but it turned back on. I don't know what to
Turn
do.
it back on, man!
So
Actually,
they're
it is
having
the
their
radio cage.
moment. Jason's gonna
One more time?
regroup with while they're having their poltergeist moment. Jason's gonna regroup with Rockin' Prime on just activate Chameleon Cloak.
All right, activating your chameleon cloak. Go ahead and give me that sweet stealth as you describe how you're escaping.
Let me find the thing real quick. I don't know if it would be my stealth or Rockin' Prime stealth, since I would be basically him doing it. Let me find the thing. Chapter 8, Jace.
We'll say Rockin' Prime. So go back over to Rockin' Primes.
Okay,
Nope.
Chameleon.
Concealment, chameleon cloak, concealment 2. So I think that would be a +2 to your current stealth, right?
Right, and Rockin' Prime has a +3.
You gain total
16.
concealment. 16. Alrighty. So you're managing to cloak well enough to not be noticed by any of the remaining passerbyers that you go by after leaving the current area. We will consider you
In
also
fairness,
off.
before I left, I did create an absolutely massive distraction in the form of car noise.
Your honking and beeping were being had before the radio station was set on that one, and the others did stop their beeping and honking for the few 6 seconds. Spencer, you. Oh, sorry. Was there anything else you want to do before we consider you fully off?
No, that's it. That's it.
All right. Thank you again. Spencer, you are currently 2,000 feet in the air, making sure that there's no more rain, no more clouds, no more lies in the sky.
No more lies. So,
Before you remember, your friends are still beneath you. You got to go help them.
yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, my accelerated healing goes off because it's been around. And I forget how much I heal because of the sunlight.
Either you heal the worst effect or you heal a bruise.
So that'd be exhaustion.
Yep.
So would exhaustion be outright removed or?
Yes.
All right. So you'll not only suffer a single bruise.
Not too bad. After feeling much better with a nice non-rain infused nap in the sun, 2,000 feet above everyone, a good 6-second small cat nap. He's gonna look down and then realize, it's gotten really quiet. Wait a minute, my friends are down there. just flies down.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually being the key word. However, he flies down, and I'm assuming he can start hearing this welcome to WMP.5 and just screaming people inside of the Faraday cage.
Nope, can't hear anything from the Faraday cage.
You can't hear anything from the Faraday cage, but you did hear the quick honking and erratic noises coming from the other vehicles before they just stop.
So who do I see right now? Who's left?
Jace has somehow gotten out of view. And while you can see Transient, Redwish, Dahlia, you cannot see Puddles.
Oh no.
You think you see her a bit, but that ends up just being a water puddle, an actual water puddle embedded in the ground, thanks to the constantly pouring out hydrant.
Well, let's see here. What Men in Black do I see?
At your current perception check, you are able to see 4 of them. 2 are currently worse for wear after, but one is sorry. You see 2. One is already heading up towards Redwish, and the other one seems to be ready to give cover fire. The other 2 are hiding behind a not too far off black van, but they seem to be very hesitant as one is practically bleeding out the knee, and the other one has been hit. Does look like he's been hit by a vehicle, with some of his clothing sort of disheveled and almost torn.
He's bleeding out from the knee? My God, that's the worst thing I've ever seen and or heard of. You know what? I have an idea. Do I hear any other signs of distress from the crowds around us other than the blatant, oh my God, that man's bleeding from his knee?
I will need a perception check.
Another perception check you shall have, my friend. This one shall be regular, right?
Yep. No exhaustion.
What is this? 3. Yeah, 3. That is a solid 10.
While you try to attempt to strain your ears in order to hear for any other person out around, all your ears keep picking up is a spraying of water from the hydrant, which is reminding you of Wilda, who you're supposed to be protecting, and you can't see her. You can see the Faraday cages that were just recently made, something you recall from when you were going in that one military expense, but you don't see Wilda there. You look over towards where Dahlia is right now, who can give you a wave if she wants, but you don't see Wilda there. You stop listening to your ears as your eyes keep picking up the fact that Wilda is not here.
Hold on a second. Wilda's not here. Oh my gosh, she must have gone home. It takes 3 seconds for him to panic and then go, oh, she must have gone home. I do have to say that this form that I have right here has a 1 in intelligence. He's smart enough to reason with himself, but not smart enough to stop panicking. So he is kind of worried, like, okay, she's gone home, but there's all this stuff going on in the city. I have to make sure she's okay. But she wasn't hurt, and I didn't see her bleeding. Does water bleed? Well, that's a thought for another time. This is all in his head within a matter of like fraction of a second. And then he looks over to the man who is bleeding from his knee. Does anyone else in this entire area look like they're actually hurt, like he is?
Like I said, the other MIB agents look like they've been hit by a vehicle. The one closest to him, it looks like his clothing had been torn up and shimmied over because he'd been hit that bad.
What about my teammates? Do they look any worse for wear?
Dahlia is waving you frantically over, like, but without saying anything.
I feel like she's trying to say something to me, but I can't.
Oh,
Transient's clothing looks a little scuffed.
And Redwish actually looks worse without his makeup, but unharmed.
Nah, that's just his natural charm showing through.
Right. Natural charm.
How kind of you to notice my devilish good looks.
There you go. Well, knowing that everyone looks generally okay, but Dahlia's waving me over. How bad is this guy bleeding from his knee? Because that's my only concern right now. He looks like he has a mortal injury.
It looks pretty bad. It looked like he went straight through. Like every once in a while he turns, and once they wipe the knee, you can almost see a bit of light from the other side.
Yeah, that's bad. Dahlia is waving me over, but I have my duty.
I do
And,
the
what was that? I didn't hear you, Dahlia.
she's doing the
Well, that is distracting. I have a 1 in intelligence, and I know that this man right here needs help. And I don't know why he has a hole in his knee. Who would have done something like that to a perfectly good knee? So I'm going to go over to this man here, and since I literally have not attacked any MIB, although I do absolutely look like I'm mutated, just like 100%, like no joking, I genuinely look like I am the most superpowered guy here, other than Dahlia. Let me close my door for a second.
Second form does be weird like that. Well, with wings and whatnot.
Yeah, I think having wings is a bit more obviously supernatural than corpse.
Corpse. I mean, you'd have to look at someone a little closer, like, oh, you look a little dead around the ears.
Also, I'll argue the person who is pure water is definitely mutated.
Well,
I-
we don't know where
I-
you are. You're out of
Nah, it's just a water fluctuation of sorts.
It's just a weird fountain.
It's an Art Deco fountain. They're really installing the new ones around here. No, anyways, I'm gonna come up to the guy who has his knee hurt, and he's definitely trying to get it stabilized. But I'm gonna come on up to him with my handy dandy wings, and I'm going to look at his knee. But before I do that, I'm gonna speak to him softly and calmly, the way only I know how, and the way that Red Wish has trained me. After all, he's one of my friends, and he talks better than anyone else I know.
Oh dear.
So I'm going to look to him, and I'm going to go, it looks like a bad injury. I'm going to help you, but I need you to tell me you need help.
Give me a persuasion at -2 to what he already has.
This is so bad. My persuasion is now a -5. In total. Roll. It could be bad. It could be real bad. It is a 7 in total, DM.
One second.
I may have done goofed. Man, they're talking about it for a while.
I mean, they're literally in the same room.
I know.
All right. So I do need to roll, but because of the current situation, they will have a unique bonus, given the fact a mutant has come up to them, and one of them is bleeding at the legs. So they have a +5.
Bleed.
I believe in their unique panic and seeing another, they just come out and straight up shout, "Mutant! It's another mutant! Ow, my knee! Ah!"
Oh,
Dahlia
They-
Rush yells,
does she yell run?
yes.
She real. Oh man. Now that definitely tells Spencer what to do. Well,
And before he runs into a hospital.
before he runs him to a hospital.
Before he runs the injured man to a hospital.
She shouts run, and Spencer goes, "Good idea. We have to get him to a hospital as fast as possible."
I
Are
mean,
you
tell me
literally
it's not
running
in
this-
character for him?
Well,
It is. It is.
I mean, that's exactly how I made my character. I mean, she made it. She made the point. I made my character to have other people tell me what to do.
All right. So if I take it, you're going to be using your turn, this turn, and next turn in order to transport this one injured MIB to the nearest hospital, which would be in the industry area.
I'm going to change into my regular form first. And she said run, not fly.
I did.
So I will go ahead and I will grab this MIB and run him to the nearest hospital.
I will have to stop you there since you did move down initially in order to speak with them, and then use your action to transform. Picking him up will be the last thing you can do. Go ahead and give me a grapple check.
Oh, this will be interesting. Plus, let's see, 5.
It's a flat because of how injured they are.
Sure.
I mean, Spencer's probably gonna get shot in the face.
And I'm probably going to go, that was really mean of you. You could have hurt someone.
Most guns actually exceed your.
I
current
know it's going to
control.
hurt a lot.
I'm mentally picturing this from the perspective of these guys. This obvious mutant has descended from the sky. He said something very vague and somewhat creepy. Someone has screamed run, and then he grabs you, lifts you up, physically transforms. His wings melt into his back.
This man will never look at mascots the same ever again. Anyway,
Yeah, he
give me that grapple.
That's a 17. Oh.
He struggles. He flims, and he rides in your grasp. But you got a good hold of the man with a bleeding knee.
Good thing I still have my free action to speak. I'm going to go, hold on. I'll get you out of here soon. And I just start running. Next turn, because my turn's up.
And to mark this as group 2 being grappled too.
Just scribbles down a notebook. Spencer is still the most socially inept character.
All right, if that's it, we're shimmying on over to Transient, who who already knows what's going on and just watched Puddles dip out over towards a nearby grate. She's already pointed out the manhole.
So what I'm going to do.
And as far as you can tell, Jace has also duck out of dodge at the current moment.
I'm going to hide in plain sight. So I'll start off with my stealth check. I'm guessing I get that +5 from Red Wish as well.
As he was right next to you, yes, you are.
So that's a 19 stealth. The moment I get out of sight, I will alchemize my entire outfit. So now I'm currently in drag.
Nice.
Makeup and all.
Excellent.
I'm just thinking of like Edward Elric in the female Ash getup.
That's a 32. That's a pretty good drag.
Showing a little midriff there. Yeah, that has an impressive drag. Yeah.
I apparently have managed to grow a pair of B cuts at the same time.
Yeah, we all know they're fake.
And my hair has somehow managed to lengthen out to 4 feet.
Extensions.
So it's down to the back of my knees. I got a mini skirt, bright red top, midriff showing, B-cup boobs.
Yes, full metal.
But
Just
how
slay.
convincing is he?
My presence is still a negative, but
All right, and we will say that is you leaving the battlefield. That you've gone incognito. Make that a T. Dahlia, it is currently your turn. You've just watched a few of your friends take the hint of get out of Dodge. You watched this puddle duck into a grate. You saw Jace hop into his hover chair and then immediately vaporal to nowhere, or faded out of sight. Although you do see slight shimmers in the corner of your eye as he seems to get out of the way. And then you see Transient, and then you stop seeing Transient, and then walking past you is this possible a possible lady? You did get a good look at the face.
this is essentially a get up at this point.
Okay.
Kage found this once it loads.
Hey,
I'm saying no.
Yep.
Well, so Redwitch is still there. Mysterious lady's walking around. That's as long as she doesn't look like she's Men in Black. Dahlia doesn't care.
you see one of the men in black being carried by Spencer, who dropped the wings and went back to his fursuit for Stona.
Dahlia's gonna say, "Hey, that guy attacked us. Put him down. Come on." And then she's going to grab Redwish and teleport out of there.
Go ahead and give me a grapple. He's not exactly
and-
fighting.
Let me see. I think she has that one thing, so she can grab with Dex. Somewhere.
Oh my goodness, I did find a mini skirt version.
Tiny mini skirt.
Grabbing finesse, that's the one. Substitute Dex for strength. Her Dex is a 6. So it's a
We'll just say the jacket's gone blue for right now.
do I have a Benny left? Let me check.
Double check.
Nope. She tries to grab him, but it doesn't work, and she's like, "Oh, for God. Come on,
You have
genius!"
makeup on your legs? Jeez!
As you leapt onto Redwitch to try to pull him into the nearby shadow, you find his very sturdy stance is actually well kept. This guy must be in the must have been in the military or something, because he holds on to you for you to sway around. Almost feel like some of your stitching were about to give there, almost. But you pulled yourself back up to where you're just pretty much doing a weird side hug with him.
He says, okay, let's do it this way. Just close your eyes, and we'll get out of this.
Close your eyes and pretend you're holding onto someone you actually like.
Ouch.
I'm joking.
Close your eyes.
Red Witch
Hold up
Supply?
to a friend.
I imagine blinking is a free action, right? I
I
hope.
believe so. That's so you're blinking or winking.
I want him to blink so that I can teleport.
It is a free action. He'll give you a quick look and attempt to say something as he does blink.
Okay.
I take it this way you're extra efforting? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna extra effort and get him out of there.
all right, go ahead and mark yourself up with exhaustion after you do the thing.
All right. So please. And it is a full check required, stealth, and stealth is 4. Yes. Okay. It goes off. She teleports him further away, and that's that. And I don't know how to mark my PDF as exhausted, but I will put in the hero rolls Dahlia is exhausted. Hero rolls. Dahlia is exhausted, not exchanged. Goodness gracious, that would be something.
So you Shanghaiing Red Wish
Out of
by sheer
battle.
powers alone. Both you and Red Wish are out of the battle. Spencer's the only one still there, staring at the struggling MB2. The gentlemen the MIB agents who were trying to stop and talk to Red Wish with a pointed gun over as cover are now baffled as the random friend that hopped onto him that they weren't prepared to tackle has vanished before their very eyes within a blink, making them more concerned about what's going on with over at Spencer. The furthest guy points a finger at Spencer as the guy who has the gun shifts over and attempts to take a shot.
But I'm holding his friend.
Well, Dahlia also did tell you he attacked them first, so like Spencer knows it's not a friend.
Mm-hmm. But he's still helping.
Yeah, probably.
Spencer's the most heroic of us all.
He really is.
Unfortunately, there was a misfire as the bullet seems to take a large arc and go straight up.
How? Just goes vertically straight up. Hold on, let me get this shot. Steps in, slips, falls straight in his ass and fires straight in the air. Ah, shit. Wait, where'd he go?
Do that guy! I'm sorry. With the other guys currently trapped in Faraday cages, clawing and screaming, but no one else can hear them at the current moment, we go over towards Spencer. You still have the man bleeding out of his kneecap in your hand. What will you do?
I'm gonna do what I told you I'd do. I'm gonna go to the nearest hospital.
Currently in the industrial sector. All right, you fly there.
I'm walking.
No, you run.
and
Sorry,
running.
you run there.
Mm-hmm.
And that will take you out of combat. So, now that we are officially out of combat, everybody, we'll try to wrap this last part up. You head over towards the hospital that you recall loosely. Managed to find it by the Big Red Cross, because the Big Red Cross was still being used. Head over and almost break through this revolving door.
So
You pop in. All the nurses are looking at you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Is there a gurney nearby?
I don't need a gurney. I need to stop you. Oh, my knee.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the smartest thing I can possibly say at this point. This man is delirious. He was at a football game and all of a sudden he started having a heat stroke. Probably because of the outfit he's wearing. He's a really big fan of the home team. Anyways, he got shot in the knee or fell or something. I don't know. But his knee's bleeding really badly, and he lays him on a gurney.
What
Spencer, are you
makes
trying to
me
lie?
He was at a football game and has heat stroke.
Give me a deception roll with a -2 for that terrible, terrible lie.
Exactly.
Only -2?
Only
minus
he's already got a
two.
-3.
I've already got a -2 to deception. I don't know why I have more than a -2. Okay, -6 in total, DM?
Yes.
Sure, why not? -4 because of... Okay, let me go ahead and roll this. And if I get a 14, I'm going to be really impressed. -6 overall. I got a -3.
Right.
Hey,
Huge
DM, you have some very fat rock doves out here.
That rock doves? Talking about my neighbors?
Pigeons.
They still owe me twigs and berries for their rent. You better let them know. I'm still angry about this. Also, Spencer, you attempt to make a pass about the whole heat stroke. They're too busy looking at the bleeding leg and go, right, heat stroke, honey, just put him down. We'll take it from here, and why don't you go play cops and robbers elsewhere?
I love cops and robbers. My favorite part is the people who run around. I forget which part that is. See you later. Runs out the revolving door.
Don't touch me! I need to stop him! Did you just stab me with... As they tranquilize him and make him pass out so they can work on the bleeding leg.
The kid with the strongest case of ADHD they've seen in their entire life, and a man who actually needs medical attention.
All right, I will need... At this point, I will need survival rolls? Is it survival? No. I will need insight rolls from everybody to try to recall your way back over to the supermarket from your own paths.
That'd be a memory check, so that'd be investigation for everybody, actually.
Thank you for the correction.
I think
Investigation.
Well informed. Would she even need to roll?
Double checking, well informed.
I don't remember what that does exactly, but I know it's good. Just don't remember.
Immediate investigation or persuasion check to know something.
I
Just
know
don't mute
the
it.
sewers. Yeah, I realized after I said it.
Jay's GPSing was that? Jay's GPSing before GPS was a thing?
No, GPSs were a thing. It's just they weren't as widely used
Reliable.
or reliable.
You know what? It flew here and flew out.
Investigation +3. Okay. Do I get a penalty for exhaustion?
Exhaustion will give you a -2.
-2 to impairment.
Okay, so +1. Oh boy. 13.
With Red Wish walking alongside you.
I have an idea, DM.
Yeah, let's see if Red Wish remembers better.
Given that he's new to the place.
Well, he's probably been studying the streets more since he's brand new.
No point in investigation. Double checking if he has. He does not have Jack of all trades. So that would be a pure intellect, right? Since he does not have investigation. And his intellect is a positive.
Hey! He has been studying.
I'm hip and cool like my friends, so I memorized all the cool hideout spots. And
Mother always warns about knowing which way to go on a street.
Looks
Lest
left.
we
I
get
know
run
my
over
way
by
around all
indecision.
the dark alleys.
Always be aware of your surroundings, children. Looks at the screen.
I don't think the supermarket is that way. That's much too open. Supermarkets like to be in dense, people-filled area, much like a tiger nest.
I know all the dark alleyways and the quickest way to get anywhere through them.
After all, alleyways are the fastest.
We miss you, Redwish.
We miss you, man. We miss you. Okay, now it's my turn for
We need
investigation.
him.
Redwish, where are you?
Puddles, no in the sewer. You do manage to make it over to the supermarket first. If anything, you're starting to feel almost comfortable flowing along the water, despite some of the floating masses that pop up every so often.
Yup.
Gross.
Yup.
Water. God, that's the most disgusting thing down there.
Jace, with your advancement in GPS and the GPS you design on Rock and Prime, you do get there at a little slower pace, given that you are hovering and trying to make it across certain areas. Oh, would it be to have a vehicle ready? Like having the Spencer Express with you, but your reliable hover card is getting you there slowly, just a little bit before, a little bit after Wilda pops up.
Well, Wilda pops up in the bathroom, of course.
Sorry, I was using the bathroom. No, you weren't.
Granted, you strut your way over to the nearest bus station. The bus driver gives you a bit of an awkward look before just requesting the fee, please, miss.
Perception check. You forgot my stealth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Are you gonna be able to sneak onto a bus?
Oh no, it's a 19 for disguise.
Ah!
Booyah!
Oh yeah, just your average drag queen, but
I am impeccably dressed, thank you very much.
What do you say about letting me get a pass on this one, big boy? All right, miss, you can get
shut up,
on.
Pete.
So, Transient sneaks onto a bus, plain as day.
I'm crying.
No one's the wiser. As we also have Red Wish re-guiding Dahlia through some of the darker alleys in order to just expedite the short jog back to the supermarket. Although Red Wish is now wondering, are those alleys actually correct? We seem to have gone here faster. Could have sworn we're supposed to go through another building or three. He is talking to you, Dahlia.
So he thinks that he's got the path wrong?
He's worried that the path was shorter than normal since you were I believe you were using your teleport to expedite since he was offering some of the darker crevices to walk through.
Yeah.
To avoid
no, he's
any
like,
more.
no, he says,
But
don't worry about it. I'm really hungry. I really need to get some food in me really fast.
you should have tried some of the escargot that they had available. It was to die for.
I didn't find it satisfying for my needs. I prefer red meat.
Well, you know what they say. Trying new things is how one truly lives.
Yeah, but I'm a dead girl, so awkward.
Oh. Sorry for the clash in character.
Yeah, character. Sure, buddy. Food. Food.
Yeah.
There it is.
Not sure you should be eating with that bad of a stomach ache. As you
Uh,
as you start getting into the food court, you do manage to see everyone else coalescing to the same uh, table you guys were sitting at prior to trying to help Des. The parents who seem to have been enjoying their time at the supermarket a little bit too much are each stuffed with bags between regular home shop goodies and the school supplies you guys were hoping for.
Question. Female or male transient?
Female. He has not changed back. No.
Okay.
Transient's parents are looking around, wondering, has anyone seen seen our son with you? Edward should have been keeping up with you guys. Don't tell me you left him behind.
Emma, howda.
Oh, that's a very convincing costume. What material did you use for this one?
A little bit of leather, a little bit of silk. Yeah, you know, the basics.
Your mother gives a bit of a discerning eye. You probably should have gone with number 9 Rouge instead of Pale Moon 7. It messes with your complexion, but it's a great disguise nonetheless.
Wilda sees him and then refuses to look at him.
Olga discovers things about herself. I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
I guess I'll try that the next time. Well, I guess.
Well, anyway, Dahlia, it's almost dinner time. We have some stuff right over here for you. We already ordered. How is Transient going through a phase? He asks us quietly.
Dahlia, like, doesn't even notice. She's just shoveling meat into her mouth, like.
Your dad looks over to your mom, who just gave teenagers, hon. Just let them refuel, let them recover. Remember when you tried to be a speed medalist? We never talk about that, hon. As he covets what little left of his hair is on his head.
Dahlia finally, after she scarfs down enough meat to start healing, says, "Is that why you've got those go-kart trophies in the basement?"
Lightning Horse was one of the best cards I've ever made. Do not knock it.
Okay, Dad. And let me see how long it takes her to heal, because I think it's something painfully slow.
I will say that at this point, the families do allow you guys to recover. You guys start getting yourselves. You manage to make it back home, which does not seem to be covered in black vans at this moment. It seems like you got a bit of a reprieve from them. Drive wasn't too bad. You even managed to recon with Des, who seems to be driving a different vehicle.
Wait. How is he driving another vehicle when he has to have a specific handicap vehicle?
On the side of his vehicle, you see Stringent and Daniel from the passenger and rear passenger wave to you guys before giving you the shh. Stringent's also a Madam Manipulator.
Oh, yes, that's correct. I forgot about him.
They found a chop shop.
They made a chop shop.
They are a chop shop.
Bring and dance chop shop. See, thankfully everyone seems to be doing all right, safe, and there's hopes that next week school will be able to begin. All satisfied. Everyone seems to be all right. Spencer, you do feel a little bit somewhat between happy yet sad at being able to save someone and feel that moment that you had, but unable to like properly explain it to everybody else.
Yeah. He genuinely tried to lie like everyone else did, and it did not go as planned.
You're finding out that some people lie a little bit better than you, and you got to figure out how that happens. But that takes time. That takes time.
Yeah. At this point, Spencer's just gonna sit there and go, and just scarf down a pizza.
We're already down to 3 pizzas left. We might want to double our numbers, hun. Just wait on the paycheck.
DM, I have a
Make
question.
another. Yes.
What
Yes,
time
that
of
was
day is it
Dolly's-
right now?
That was
What day is
Carl's
it?
parents. It is still a Tuesday.
What time of day?
We're actually hitting like the late afternoon, almost evening. The day is almost up.
My God.
I'll go over to my mom and tug the side of her dress.
Oh, well, doing okay?
I was
Do you have-
wondering about the test.
The test. Yes. 1 second, honey. Puts down the wine, sits up normally, almost as though she's completely sober again. Honey, once you get that pizza in, please make sure to also pop in the mozzarella sticks. I don't think that's going to be enough for Spencer. Quickly walks up to her bedroom. That woman can put 3 bottles of wine down and still act as though nothing happened. What did you say to your mom?
I just asked for the results of the test that we took earlier.
Oh, your dad gives that obvious "I did not want to have this talk yet" face. Just the lips just the top lip is being completely bitten into.
Also, are we sure she's just not burning the alcohol out of her system?
He gives another odd face. At this point, you might be right, but I don't want to question her. Okay, just sit down. Wait till your mom gets back, okay? And
Okay.
tell Jess to hurry back up with the sodas from the back, please.
I can go get the sodas.
Oh, okay, yes. Please do. Please do.
Okay.
So you go off, you see you step out, you step outside, get ready to head towards the bit of the garage, past the pool.
Mhm.
Notice the starry night sky. The weather report you did recall the weather report saying that it was supposed to be cloudy
Mhm.
tonight, but someone seems to have definitely dabbled with the weather. Clear as it's completely empty. Only the star night to be seen before the lights of the town start fading everything inside. That erosion or radiation. Is there anything else anyone wants to do real quick before we get into the closing evening news?
I would say that Spencer would definitely just kind of be out there with Wild at this point. Just kind of walk on out and go, "Don't leave me behind. I want soda too."
You shouldn't have soda this late, Spencer.
His ears go down against his head just a little bit. I know.
Pet pet.
There's a bit of a nuzzle. And a meow. And I guess that's where we end it.
All I'm going to add before we get to the evening news is that Jace has resumed his plotting for how to best disrupt that wedding.
I would love some of the additional thoughts you have on that disruption of the wedding.
Well, him showing up at all is going to be problematic because one, it's the son that they didn't want anyone to know about, to the point they threw him to the military showing up. And outside of that, I think what Jace has in mind is this is the Watt family, right? They're absolutely fucking rich. They're so astronomically wealthy. So they're obviously going to have probably some of the best technology and equipment ever to make this wedding absolutely spectacular for the early 2000s, right?
Yes.
He's going to do as much as he can to sabotage all of it. He is going to do everything he can to make sure the technology does not work properly. If he can intercept any of it, he's going to try and intercept some of it. He is just... These are the people who outright abandoned him without a second thought. His normal sense of doing good has been replaced with a strong desire for vindication. He's very angry at these people.
Fair enough. All right, we'll make that note. If everyone else is all clear, the evening news does begin playing on the nearest radio, television set, newscast website you might have pulled up on whatever device you have. Chaos in several corners of Ardea Powergall. Murder amongst the hospitals, and a new replacement for Escargot. Good evening, I'm going to bed. And tonight we found ourselves barely getting out of what some experts in the psychological field consider a mass hallucination. However, what has been captured are snippets of photos and short films of what some neighborhood folks are calling the masked or not, helping through the chaos. Considered unofficial, current debates on whether they are helpful to society at large seems to be under heavy debate, given the previous catastrophes caused by what appears to be a dog-themed mutant. Unfortunately, neither the local police or the citizens were coherent enough for a statement. The few footage sent in before the night does show the damage and aftermath of the clash, which leaves many to question if the rebuilding projects will have enough funds. This is a hotly debated topic amongst the new mayoral candidates during the November voting season coming up. In other news, a series of murders has occurred in the St. Germain Hospital in industrial sector, making others have become fearful about visiting the doctor as rumors of an angel of death now circulate. This reporter was able to find someone who was able to talk about it. I was sitting with my sister in the prep room when we started hearing a scream. I looked out in the hallway and then I saw the thing I saw have massive wings, but the face was not human. I quickly shut the door and locked it, but the screaming kept going. Eventually it stopped, but my sister's operation had to be delayed as the surgeon was found dead. Barring these deaths, the hospital head of medicine had this to say. Despite the terrible things, we are committed to helping those injured still. We are upgrading our security to avoid future ambushing of our lovely area. In less dreadful news, the accusation against Camilla Ocean has been lifted, and her supporters are already backing her on her entering the mayoral race. With the only suspect behind the murder of the late mayor of Pyrogal, Armando Rhodes, police detectives are struggling to find any leads on who committed the crime. Meanwhile, the Rhodes family has announced that they will be having a funeral service in October after all the arrangements are set. Ms. Ocean has declined to speak on the matter, wanting to mourn the loss of her employer and dear friend alongside the family in quiet peace. In lighter news, the new substance found around the entertainment sector of Pyrogal the new substance found around the entertainment sector of Pyrogal has nearby shops announcing a new style of escargot, limited time only, this fall while it lasts. Find them at your local restaurants and casinos. Lastly, there have been misleading reports about a freak storm occurring over the west coast of America. Though the original forecast has been on mild and dreary hot weather into the fall season, someone claimed to be a local weatherman reporting, weather reporter has been causing a stir by predicting otherwise. It is heavily advised to ignore any claims. It's heavily advised to ignore any claims that isn't coming from your local forecaster. With that, I am going to bed, and I'm going to bed. Everyone, 4 PowerPoints for this session. For this chapter. Sorry.
Yes.
I do hope that helps. Not sure if that also involves a power level pump. We'll probably have to wait on that for the next session.
So what was this one called?
Going to bed.
I could have sworn I had that somewhere.
If you don't have a terrible name, I have a terrible name. I have a very terrible name that's come to mind.
I have one too. You go first.
The terrible name I came up with was Chapter 8, Slugging It Out.
I'm sorry. We have to choose that one now. We have to. That is our next that we're choosing that.
Go for it. All right. Chapter 8, Slugging It Out.
I'm glad you guys appreciate that one.
2002. Let's see here. We're in late July right now, or early August.
Oh, I want to say early August. Mark it as 8/14.
Just so I know, Spence, what was the one that you had in mind?
You really want to know?
I want to know.
Check with the calendar here.
Escar almost got caught.
What about Escargon?
Okay, sorry. Make that 13 because it was Tuesday today. Make it the 13th of August.
I'm
And then a week-
probably gonna either regarding the PowerPoints, I'm probably either going to need help from one of the people who can work on that stuff, or I'm going to have to re-download it because I have changed computers since the last time we got PowerPoints, and I don't have HeroLab on my new computer.
No, I got you. You're good.
I got 6 points to spend now.
Mm-hmm. I'm adding the effects insubstantial portion of mine.
I think I'm going to hold off on updating mine. I just need to know that I've got the 4 points and whatever points I had left over before, because I have a plan for.
Oh,
Oh no!
Damn!
It's a plan.
I have a plan.
Vanishes.
God, what an amazing plan that was.
Well, Ace, I already sent you my my proposed changes for the 4 points. So
All right. If you
Wow.
want to also send that to me as a pour, I'm learning how to export characters onto the same sheets of HeroLab. So I should be able to do that here soon with all the new with everyone's updates once I get updates.
alright.
Plus 4 unused points for Jace. I'm not giving him anything. Not yet.
Okay, so that's the one I'm wanting approval on. I'm gonna make sure you get you look it over and approve it, but before I make it final, just so that way, because I'm getting rid of the cleaver and replacing it with just a generic. It says sword, but it's the cleaver. It's just remade to be the regular format.
Alrighty. Maybe double check it one more time.
Okay.
Also, I could have sworn we're on chapter 7. Were we on chapter 8 at this point?
Let's see your journal. 3, 4, 5, 6. That was chapter 7. So now we will be on chapter 8.
Did you catch that, Jace? Make sure to remark it as chapter 7.
I can't do any of that without Hero Lab, so if I get the chance, I will.
Okay. Got me there. Alrighty. We do thank you all again for enjoying another session with Master Knot. We hope to catch you all again 2 weeks from now. And we'll be starting a new chapter, chapter 8. We yet to come up with a name, but it's going to be school related. Woohoo!
Ooh.
I have the best idea for the name, and I'm gonna have to DM it to you.
Oh, goodness. So thank you guys again. Hope to see you all again soon.